Joyce, what's your passion and how did you find that passion?
My passion is really helping others and giving back. I've been blessed with so much in my life. Friends, health, opportunities. I've had different people along my career path that have helped me, men and women. And so it's always been important for me to be able to give back. I've shared this with a couple of groups before, that when I was a young child, I had a near fatal disease. In fact, physicians at Riley told my parents to pray, because they were having prayer vigils, to pray that I would die, because I would probably be brain dead if I came out of the coma. And literally, by the grace of God, one day I woke up and I had things that health issues that I had to work through. But a lot of people in that journey helped me. A foundation helped me, which I think has led me to where I am today. Yeah. I think that the doctors and nurses, so I've always been fascinated with the work that doctors and nurses do so selflessly. My family is very strong, and my family helped me. I had teachers that helped me, and a lot of people in the community. So I've been very blessed by a lot of people helping me, and I think that's just part of what I saw in my parents, trying to help others. That was just something that I needed to do too, and I needed to be there for other people too, to be able to help them.
As a child, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Believe it or not, I wanted to be a teacher. Oh. I would get all my dolls, and I would get all my toys out, and I would set them around the ping pong table, and I would make lessons, and and I even studied. My first undergraduate degree was in education, and when I was going to school, a lot of times guidance counselors said you could be you might want to think to be a teacher, or you might want to think to be a nurse. Well, I knew that I had a hard time with the sight of blood, so that probably wasn't a very good career opportunity for me. And I went into education, and after I grew and went back to school and did other things, and my career led in other things, and that really taught me to be able to, as a female, not always take the path that people tell you that you need to go down, that you can blaze your own trail. And that's probably one of the reasons why I try to mentor women, and men as well, but I try to mentor women to try to help them see the possibilities, that there's so many possibilities out there for them, and try to help put them in a right position to be able to help them achieve their best.
What impact do you want to have on the world?
On the world. Gosh, I used to think, because I felt this responsibility that I had been saved, that, I was supposed to save the world. And I was always waiting for that big thing that I was looking for to do. And so as a part of that always left me inside feeling that I was not living up to my potential. Now, people would look at my resume, they would look at things that I've done, and they'd think, you've been successful, and you're happy, and how could you feel that internally? But I think we as women, we do take those things very internally, and it really reflects upon who we are and how we approach the world. Mm-hmm. And so I learned then through a time that I had with President George W. Bush, where some of my colleagues had nominated me as a outstanding volunteer for the state. And it's a discussion I had through the president that I looked through my life in a different lens. And I realized it's not that one big thing that you're called to do. It's those simple things that you're called to do every single day of your life, and helping somebody every single day of your life. And so instead of the one big thing, that I now try to look for those things that I can make a difference in somebody's life every day.
Why is giving back important to you?
Well, for me, it was part of my childhood, that I saw so many people that didn't even know me, didn't know my family, that reached out to help, and the difference that it had, and how things could have gone very, very differently. And that so many people helped me. And so I think that I feel that responsibility that I need to give back too. Mm-hmm. And I would see my parents as a young child, that My mother would bake pies, she would bake food for people. Somebody got sick, you took food over to them. You were there, you try to meet their needs. And I think that's a very important part of who I am. And sometimes it's those small, everyday things that may seem small and trivial that really can trip somebody up. But it can also have the biggest impact because they realize that if you care about me and these things that may seem small and trivial, you're going to care about me for other things as well.